My name is Darren Villano, and this is an inside look of what it's really like to start and run a business. This is where I share insights and ideas, practical tips and strategies that I've learned both from running my own company as well as from working with other small business owners and entrepreneurs. I'll take you behind the scenes of my business and other businesses too, because I believe that as entrepreneurs, what we can learn from each other is limitless. So come on and join me now as we go inside my business. Today I get to do one of my favorite things, which is visit my mom. So I'm getting ready to jump in the car right now. It's about a 5-hour drive. I do this a few times a year, head to her place. She usually cuts my hair. She still runs her hair salon, and it's just an excuse to get together, to reconnect, touch base, to visit. So anyway, should be fun. Let's go. Just had to make a quick pit stop, getting ready to jump back on the road. And when I'm in the car, there's not a lot you can do when you're driving by yourself, but I try to catch up on phone calls. I made a lot of phone calls this morning, so pretty happy with that. And now I'm getting ready to queue up some podcasts. How are you doing? Good to see you. How's business?
It's good, actually.
You've been in business now you've been in here for what, over 30 years?
Yeah. Let's see, I think it will be...
1984?
Yes. So
1984, it's 2017, that's like what, 33?
33. In January, it'll be 34.
34 years. Because I was going to say, there are businesses that have been stable over the years here, but there's also been a lot that's come and gone.
Right.
I mean, look how many, even some of the tried and true businesses like the grocery stores, the places that we went, when I was growing up. I mean, a lot of them just aren't here anymore.
No, they're not.
And you've been here, to be here 33 years, I just think it's amazing to be in business that long when so many people just don't make it. They just don't make it that long.
Yeah.
And so that's a pretty big accomplishment. I mean, what do you think has been your, I don't know if your secret or your reason why you've lasted?
I think main thing because I go out of my way for them.
Right.
I do extra things and I try to be extra kind to them. I get to know them on a personal level. They become my friends. They're just not, I have people that come just because they say, I didn't need my hair cut yet, but I just needed to talk to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, hair salon's almost like a...
counseling.
It's like a therapy session. It can be, for some people.
And now when I look at the whole thing, I think I would have been a really good counselor.
Right. When people come in and talk to you about their stories, I mean, do you mostly listen and ask questions, or do you share your stories? I mean, how do you interact with them?
I do a little bit of everything. It depends. If they want to do a whole lot of talking, and you could tell they just want to unload, I listen. If they ask for advice, and I try to give it to them as honest as I can, like I would anybody. And if I feel like sharing my testimony, and I've been through the same thing, especially if I've been through the same thing, then that can help somebody.
Right.
If somebody gets a divorce, and I've had a divorce, I can help them.
It's all about the people, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I mean, you talked about going out of your way. I mean, I think today was a perfect example. You had a customer that you need to do today, and you're going to go pick them up. I mean, it's to me, it seems so unusual but I think it's awesome that you can do that for somebody, because most people would never do that. They would never. I know you live in a small town and it's a little bit more probably more of a small town thing to do that, you know, then you probably wouldn't find that.
But I don't think anybody else
But
does
even,
it.
yeah, even here in the small towns, I mean, I just don't think you find businesses, hair salons or otherwise, that go get their customers and pick them up.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's just,
Right.
it's unusual, but I think it speaks to what you were just saying about being into people and that being sort of your secret, if you will, or your reason for being in business so long is,
Right.
you know, really, I think that kind of just encapsulates it. The fact that you would go and pick them up. And I'm sure that's not the only thing you've done over the years.
No, go
There's
to
probably
their
a lot-
house and do their hair if they're sick.
There's a lot of stories.
Wait on their money.
Let them pay you later.
Let them hold their checks in a bag.
Forgive them if they're a steady customer and a check bounces.
Forgive them.
Right?
Forgive them if they can't pay me back.
Because I guess in a small town, if you were too brutal and you chased people away for the littlest things, you know, you wouldn't have the customer base.
No, because people, once they get used to you and they go to a certain salon, they hate to change sometime.
Right.
So it's usually something dramatic when they quit. And sometimes it's something, you know, it's dramatic for me too. You know, like if I've been doing somebody's hair for 20 years and all of a sudden I don't see them anymore,
Right.
that's dramatic to me. Unless something happened to them or they moved out of town.
Right.
But, you know, it happens. And we don't own anybody, that's for sure.
Right.
And money spends anywhere, so I think that that's good.
What do you think?
Well, how's that
You
feel?
got enough off? Yeah. Love you.
I love you.
See you. Bye-bye. Whenever I go to my mom's, I usually stop at North Star Cafe. They have a kick-ass veggie burger. It's time to eat. It was so much fun visiting with my mom yesterday. I really enjoyed it. And it was a short visit, but it's always worth it. I love those little visits too. The time that we can share together, it was awesome. And if you heard from our conversation, we talked about, you know, a couple big things. This is her 50th anniversary as a hairstylist. I didn't even realize that. It's amazing. 50 years doing the same profession. She still loves it and she's still doing it. And it's also her 33rd year in business for herself. I don't know if you heard in that exchange, but a few months ago, earlier this year, she had a car accident. I remember this. She called and told me, right away she was okay, but her back hurt. She was only about a month after, this happened only about a month after her back surgery. And I was worried. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, is she gonna be okay? And she assured, you know, hey, I'm in pain, but I'm fine. I didn't realize she worked that day. That came out when we were talking yesterday. She worked the day she had the car accident. I mean, her work ethic is off the charts. And I'm just so impressed. I'm just so impressed after all these years, how she just plugs away and does it without complaint, without question, just shows up every day for her customers and just does her work.